Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live video podcast. It's your weekly dose of coffee, dogs, and curiosities, your alternative CDC. I'm your host, Chris Brondi, the stunt dog guy. Today, we're going to drink a little coffee while we watch some amazing freestyle Frisbee with a Belgian Malinois by the name of Zekken. We're also going to be talking with Brian and Kara. We'll be discussing our curiosity of the day, which is, should you adopt 2 dogs or puppies at once? And we'll discuss the pros and cons. We're also going to show you how to teach your dog to jump rope. It's a fun trick that we're going to show you how it's done today. We also obviously always love to thank everyone that's watching. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go to Stunt Dog Show Productions and like our page there now. Stay informed on Facebook as well about our future podcasts, live shows, travel adventures, and of course, training tips. Also, this podcast is on social media on 4 different locations. So help us grow this viewership. If you're watching, wherever you're watching from, share it. Let people know about our podcast. Also, leave me a comment. If you're watching right now, let me know that you're here, what you're up to today, and where you're watching from. Now, unfortunately, we had to cancel our podcast on Sunday. I know some of you may have been looking forward to tuning in on Sunday. We've been going live every Sunday and Thursday, but unfortunately, we had a few things go on last week that made it really difficult for us to do the podcast. So we apologize, but we were having some trouble first off with our Wi-Fi. We've been having some Wi-Fi issues here. So that's been a little unfortunate, but that's not the main reason. We had a couple dogs last week get sick. In fact, we had a rough week. Our Border Collie Starlight got diagnosed with a rare disease called masticulatory muscle myositis, MMM. It's basically an immune system disorder in which a dog's immune system identifies the dog's own muscle tissue as foreign and attacks it. The masticular muscles are the muscles involved with the chewing around their eyes, their head and face. MMM causes the muscles to become swollen, basically, and painful. And they basically disappear altogether. So what ends up happening, and what we noticed was Starlight's looked really bony in her head, like almost like we were touching her skull, and we were like, what's going on? But the rest of her wasn't skinny, so something was up, and we knew something was wrong. So we did a little research, and we found out that MMM can cause it. That was what it was pointing to, because I searched for like a sunken in face, and I was like, what's going on? But basically what happens is it becomes swollen at first, which we didn't notice, and then it becomes painful to chew. And we started, after we realized, then we started watching her and realized that she was eating really slow, a lot slower than she normally does. So we took her in. We're waiting to get the test results back, but it's really pointing that she has MMM. Our vet has already put her on steroids, which is supposed to help ease the pain and hopefully get her appearance back to normal. Actually, I have a couple photos to show you guys. You can see kind of what is going on here with Starlight. You can kind of see her face sunken in here. Right above her eye there on the right. It's also on both sides. That photo doesn't show it exactly, but you can see here her eyes are also sunken in. So she's having a really hard time swimming. When she goes swimming, her eyelids, her eyelid goes over her eye and she can't see. So she can't see to get back. So we're having to stop her from swimming for right now. I just took these photos just about an hour ago. That was her kind of blinking. This is her with her eyes fully open, but you can see her eyes are really sunken in. So we're getting her on meds. Hopefully she'll be back to normal. Then on top of that, we got bombarded last week with Coda being sick. I don't want to ramble, but Coda's our big golden doodle, dock diving, high jumping dog. He had to go into surgery on Thursday. He had a half dozen large objects removed from his stomach. He ate a puppy Kong. And here he is with this cone on his head. But this is what he ate as I'm kind of talking about it here. He ate a puppy Kong. We don't know where well, we knew we had that puppy Kong. We hadn't seen it for months. Not sure how long it's been in his stomach or where he found it. We didn't even see him chewing on or playing with it, obviously, or we would have taken it away because that thing can be chewed up very easily. But I guess it was in his stomach and it wouldn't come out. There was also some other foreign object in there, that brown object. We're not sure what that was, some kind of toy of some sort. I have no idea. We have no clue. But he basically started having symptoms last Sunday. He started puking, diarrhea. So we took him to the vet on Tuesday. They put him on some meds to stop the puking. And then a few days later, he still wasn't feeling much better, laying around with not much energy. Then all of a sudden on Friday, it got worse, and he just basically stopped eating. We knew at that point that he had more than just a stomach bug. So we rushed him to the vet. They took x-rays, and they took him into surgery to take everything out. Basically, it's a 5 to 6 inch incision that they had to make. You can see there, kind of hard to see probably in that photo, but his stomach's cut about 4 or 5, almost 6 inches. So anyway, he's doing better. He's now starting to eat again. We got to give him small portions a few times a day, just rice and chicken. So that's what we've been dealing with, guys. So we appreciate you understanding, and that's why we didn't have the podcast on Sunday. But we'll be back to our scheduled programming here on this Sunday. We got a very fun episode on Sunday. But right now, we got some good friends with us. Our co-host, Kara and Brian, are with us, and I'm going to bring them into the channel. They're at the Indianapolis Zoo. How's it going, guys?
Good, buddy. How are you doing?
Well, hanging in there, considering it's been a rough week. But yeah, thank you. I hope you guys are doing better than us.
We are, and we feel very horrible for what you've got going on with you. And it always seems like it's never just, when that kind of stuff happens, it's never just one dog. It seems to always like happen in multiples when you have a large group of dogs like that, and it's so frustrating. But
it is.
I think that your dogs are probably in some of the best care that they could probably get under you and Suhei's watch. So,
well, thank you.
It's reason to be positive and hopeful, and your dogs, I'm sure, will be just fine.
Yeah, well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Things happen sometimes. Sometimes we win the lottery and win a lot of money. Other times we win a different lottery, which is a rare disease or some kind of sickness or just some stroke of bad luck. But fortunately, we got things under control, and hopefully she'll, Starlight will be better, and hopefully, another week, Kodo will be back to his normal self, jumping in the pool again and swimming. So,
it'll be 100% before you know it.
Yeah. How are your dogs doing, by the way?
They're all doing great. We've been, traveling a little bit, visiting family and doing some training outside of the zoo. And so we've been having a blast, having fun. The dogs went dock diving. We did some protection training. We've kind of been all over. So, so far we've had a great time off.
We got to have a very special time at the lake too, where we got to take all of the dogs to the lake, and that was a blast. If you get on our social media, we'll have some pictures up of that soon too.
Awesome, guy. Well, I'm glad you're getting some R&R, and I hear that you're going to get to work here pretty soon. Is that true? The zoo is going to be opening, right?
Yes, we finally got a 100% confirmation on the date. Originally, we were told the 14th, but the mayor had his conference today, and they have made an official announcement. It's on the Indianapolis Zoo webpage and other places. They're going to be opening up on the 19th.
Yes.
There will be some new rules and regulations to follow per the CDC. So anybody who's planning on coming out to the zoo, please check those out before you get here so you're not shocked or surprised whenever you get here.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. They're going to be limiting how many people come in, I would assume.
Yes, they have a whole process that I'm not 100% sure on, but yes, there's be I think they're going to try to do like 2 different ways. Where they'll have a morning group and an afternoon group with a maximum occupancy that they can allow in.
Yeah, you have to actually reserve your ticket ahead of time. They're doing timed entries. That way they can guarantee that the proper amount of people are here at the zoo, and they're not getting, bombarded, and we're following all social distancing rules and regulations.
Right. In addition to playing on what she said, they've even got our arena here, and I know they've done it at the Dolphin Arena too, kind of marked off so that people will know where to sit, so that we can make sure everybody is safe and having a good time enjoying watching the dogs perform.
So you'll be able to come out, get some fresh air, see all the beautiful animals that are so well taken care of there, get a chance to see the All-Star Dog Challenge show with you guys starring your dogs. And speaking of your dogs, who do you have with you today?
Well, I've got Spice. Come here, hon.
Brian's got his dog Spice.
Spice.
And
she's hiding under the chair.
She's in the shade. We'll pull her up here, but she just had her 3rd birthday yesterday, so we figured her off. We'll probably do a cool little training segment with her maybe next week.
Okay.
She's one of our rookie dogs. Brian's completely trained her all on his own, and she's got some cool tricks that she knows. We didn't think about it. We don't have any photos of her, but she's a cattle dog mix. She's maybe like 24 pounds. She's a really sweet girl.
Perfect.
I'm very proud of her. She's had a massive amount of progression this last year, from 2 to 3 years old now. And I've got her doing some agility, and for the prey drive challenge, I'm working on the weave poles. And after that, she will be rocking and rolling and ready to show her stuff in the show. I'm really excited about that. And again, extremely proud from a starting from scratch to where she's at now. It's a really good feeling. I know most of you trainers out there can relate to that feeling.
Oh, sure. Well, we're very proud of you, Brian. Keep up the good work. Can't wait to see Spice in action. And hey, for anyone watching right now, give a shout out to Spice. Give Spice a little happy birthday. Little happy birthday comment. Happy birthday, Spice. Spice, sweetheart, man. Cool dog, man. Very cool. That's a great size. It's almost the same size as Shadow. You know, my all black cattle dog. She's about that size. Maybe a couple more pounds. Yours might be even smaller than Shadow.
Yeah, I think Spice is just a little bit bigger than Confetti, actually. She's really tiny, just thick.
Right. And so,
and it's my favorite size. You can do so much with them when they're this size. Like you've seen what Kara can do with Caboodle and Biscuit and some of our other little smaller cattle dogs. It's just a really fun size and really adapting to what we're doing in the show as well.
Sure.
Format is that. So, but I'm going to put her into the shade real quick while you guys talk about what's coming up next.
Yeah, let's. Okay, excellent. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for sharing Spice with us today. And
absolutely.
Glad she had a good birthday. And so, Kara, you're going to be showcasing a performance today, or just a little freestyle frisbee with Zekken. Is that correct?
Yes, Zekken. I call her Z. Nothing too formal. You know, I'm just going to go out there and do some frisbee with her.
Okay.
We haven't been on the turf a whole lot, so this will be a good experience for her to get used to the turf again. We've been mostly on grass. So yeah, I'm just going to do a few of her frisbee moves and kind of just show, you know, what she's been learning and what she has learned, so everyone can see. And she's a really fun dog to watch. She has a lot of hops, and she's a Malinois, so she gives it her all every time. She's very powerful.
She's an athlete. Look at her go, showing some of the photos you sent in of her. I miss my mouth. I love mouth. Look at the puppy. Oh my God, I want a puppy now.
She was the cutest little puppy, and I unfortunately don't have very many photos. They all burned up in the fire, but
she may have been cute, but she was a terror.
She was
she was a Malinois.
Hey, who's watching right now that wants that puppy right there? That face. Look at that face. Oh my gosh, I want that puppy. Bring her to me, Kara. Bring her to me.
Right. She's only 3 years old now, so and she's got a little gray on her face. It's kind of crazy. She's graying early, but some Malinois do that.
She's so trained up. Of course you want her out there now.
I know, right?
Over.
Here's your frisbee dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? How much you want for her?
Oh yeah, and she dog died. We did this couple weekends ago. She learned about extreme vertical and fetch for the first time, and she did great. So really proud of her.
Oh, I love it
in that regard.
It's great. We're gonna have to get you guys into one of our dock diving shows.
I will personally jump. I'm so excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, we'll jump in the pool.
Yeah, love it. So you're gonna do a little performance.
The dock will be great.
Oh yeah. So you're gonna do a little performance for us? Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab her real quick, and I'll play around with her.
Awesome.
Cool. Let's get it going.
Now, while they're getting ready, guys, our Curiosity we're gonna talk about here in a minute after we do a little performance with Zekken and Kara, and we do our training segment. We're going to talk about our Curiosity, which is, should you adopt 2 dogs or puppies at once? We're going to discuss the pros and cons. So be thinking about that right now and start throwing those comments out there. And when we start talking about it, I can get your comments up on the screen. We can discuss. I'd like to know your thoughts on that subject. Oh, you kind of froze there, Brian. You still with us? Looks like Brian might have froze. Hopefully they'll get us back here. But yeah, be thinking about that Curiosity, guys, because that's something that we are going to talk about here in just a minute. And then we're going to show you how to teach your dog to jump rope, which actually I go over it in our book, The Big Book of Tricks for the Best Dog Ever, of course. And it's on page 202. All the way to 205. And we show how to do it a couple different ways. I think Kara's going to go over how to do it with just 1 turner today, so jumping rope with your dog. And then on our book, on page 204, we go over how to jump with 2 rope turners. So basically, you and another person turning the rope for your dog. So it's a lot of fun. It's a fun trick that you can teach your dog at home. I think Brian is still frozen there, so we might not get a chance to see their performance. So I might skip over to the training segment that they sent in. So maybe while they're trying to get their connection back and working, we'll show you how to teach your dog to jump rope, guys. So here we go. Let's go ahead and play that now.
How to teach your dog to jump rope in 60 seconds or less. The first thing you'll need to do is teach your dog to jump in front of you. I'm using the hand target method, but there are several methods to encourage your dog to jump up in front of you. For my dog here, I'm encouraging her to jump up, touch the palm of my hand, and she'll be rewarded. Our goal here is to extend the duration so that I can have multiple jumps in a row. You'll start with 1 jump, then 2 jump, and gradually increase so that you'll have 5 or more jumps at once. At this time, you will start to add the hand cue for the jump rope and also the body cue. So you will pretend to have a jump rope and jump with your dog with no rope. Practice this until your dog is comfortable jumping in front of you with no jump rope present. When you add the jump rope, you'll take a step back and just include the jump rope. You will not move your body and just have your dog go over the rope in 1 single jump. When your dog is ready, you can start to jump with your dog. Be sure you start with 1 single jump and increase over time to multiple jumps.
And that is how it's done, guys. Teach your dog to jump rope. A little project you can work on over the summer. That'd be a fun one. Let's see if we got Brian and Kara back. I'm going to see if I can get them added back to the stream here. They disconnected. It's still showing dark, so we might not be getting them back here. So we'll continue on with, go ahead and we'll just continue on to the curiosity of the day. I'm curious. Should you adopt 2 dogs or puppies at one time? I don't know. What do you think? Let's discuss the pros and cons. I think when you get a dog, you should get 1. Personally, that's my opinion. Wait, I think we got Brian coming back in here. I'm not sure. They're having some major connection problems, it looks like, today. Brian, are you with me? Can you hear me? Still nothing, huh? Boy. Not sure what's happening today, guys. We do apologize. We're super excited about this podcast, too. I know Zekken's a real talented dog. Does incredible in front of live audiences. So focused, has that tunnel vision that we look for when we're trying to, look for a dog for our shows. That's really what we look for. And that dog is just off the hook. I was super excited. Maybe we can get some video of them doing it that we can share later. Brian and Kara trying to sign in. I get 1 connection and 2 connections, but unfortunately just everything's frozen. So it doesn't look like we're going to be able to continue with them today. We'll try one more time with Kara. We got Kara over here. Let's see if they're back. Are you guys there?
Yeah, I don't know. It just kicked us out and it's overheated. I don't know. So anyways, we'll
if you got it correct sunlight, your phone will overheat.
Yes, the phone.
You can try to. Let's see if we can get this. I was getting ready to just jump right forward to the curiosity, but since we got you back, let's see if we can get a little performance out of Zekken. Oh boy, doesn't look like it's going to happen today, guys. Anyway, we apologize. Just been a rough week. Continues here on the podcast, but I don't think you should actually get 2 dogs at one time. That's always been my opinion. You should adopt. I mean, we have adopted dogs really close together, not at the exact same day, but within a month. We've done that before. It's happened. I think giving the dog the one-on-one is super important. And I definitely don't think you should personally, that's my opinion. You shouldn't adopt 2 puppies at one time. I mean, unless you have no other dogs, you can dedicate all that time to those 2 dogs. Possibly. It's something that, that you can do, obviously. But you got to give each dog individual attention. In my opinion. I know Kara and Brian have some opinions on it as well. And this was their curiosity. This was something that they wanted to discuss today. So I know they had some good insight because they have done that on a couple occasions. I've only done it once and it's just a lot. And I like to give my dogs a lot of one-on-one. So personally, I don't like adopting 2 dogs at one time. And again, I am a huge advocate for animal rescue, pet adoption. So we want to encourage you guys to, check the pounds and shelters. There's so many dogs out there, and I know a lot of people get fixed on a certain breed, and there's even breed rescues out there that you can go to and adopt a dog from that exact breed. So definitely consider that when you're looking for your next pet. We got Brian and Kara here. I'm not getting any audio from them, but maybe we could see a little performance. I don't know if we got any audio today, but I can see you guys. If you can hear me, I can see you. If you want to try to do a little something with Zekken, I'd love to see it, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're getting a lot of problems today. People are saying that our podcast is blacking out. I don't know if we're still having problems on our end. I have had a lot of trouble with AT&T on my property. It's been an absolute nightmare. That's another reason why I had to cancel the podcast on Sunday. So until we get, if it's something on our end, we might have to postpone some podcasts. We'll see what happens. I mean, it might be their end though. I'm assuming Brian's staying out of the sun. Maybe their phone overheated, so he's back a little ways there. But here goes Zekken, guys. I was going to put some music on for the performance. See if we can get some going here. It's always cooler with music. There you guys got it. Beautiful 3-year-old Belgian Malinois. This is Zekken. They're just out there jamming, doing a little freestyle, Frisbee. That's a good question, Mariko. I'm not sure how hot it is there today. Mariko was asking how hot is it there. I think they said it might have been in the 90s. But the humidity out there in Indianapolis is going to be brutal. Kara's waving. I think she's going to wrap it up there with Zekken. Probably real warm there today. So, again, guys, thanks so much for signing into our podcast. On Sunday, we got some fun stuff happening. I'm going to have my vet on the podcast on Sunday. I'm super excited to get our vet on the podcast. So we're going to talk about dental health. Should you brush your dog's teeth? What types of things do you do to keep your dog's teeth clean? Have you taken them to the vet to get them clean professionally? We're going to talk about all of that on Sunday. I'm super excited to have our vet as a special guest on our podcast. Let's see if we can get Brian and Kara back. I don't know if you guys got audio. If you do, we can. I'm not hearing anything from you guys. We don't have any audio. It doesn't seem like I can't hear you. But thank you guys for joining us. You guys have a great rest of the week, and appreciate that performance and sending in the video. That was a great video showing how to train your dog to jump rope. I hope it inspires some people at home to want to teach their dog to do that. All right, we'll see you guys next Thursday. We'll get the audio and video problems taken care of. Again, guys, sign in on Sunday. It's going to be a fun podcast. We're gonna have some fun stuff happening. A couple little surprises, but our vet is hopefully going to be signing in with us, and we're going to have a little interview with her. So if you got any questions you want to ask a vet, Sunday is the time. 2:00 Pacific, 5:00 Eastern. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.